killing the game. Long range.
Zeah only Ironman. Hello guys, I'm Escape and welcome to the Zeah only Ironman episode 1. And usually whenever I do these videos, I put up a list of the rules, but in this one there really aren't too many rules or exceptions as there was with the Desert Only Ironman series. And this one, my only exception is probably going to be Druidic Ritual, which I haven't even done yet because whenever I first went to Zeah, I wasn't even sure if I was going to need to use Herbal or not. But it turns out it's going to be a viable skill to use and I'll be able to train it, so I will be allowing it later on. So after I finally got done roaming around the fishing colony Pisca Clitoris, I think that's right, I pickpocketed men up to wherever got my HP pretty low, so I'd have some GP earlier on. And thieving's actually going to be a pretty viable skill here. It's going to be able to give me a lot of cash, so I want to get that level up pretty quick. So I think I do get it to around 10, and I start on farmers later on. Got my new fake ID last week, so I decided to go try it at the Arceus bar. Alright, I definitely have to go get this thing reprinted. They said it would definitely get past any type of spiritual scanners. This is some type of bullshit. So after traveling through Lovikens for like a half hour, I realized that there's no low-level mining spots, that I could start at level 1. So it's going to be XP lamps and XP books all the way to level 15 where I can mine iron. And for smithing and all that, I could get ores from killing dwarves, but I'll have to find out if those skills are actually going to be useful later on. Just kind of sucks that there's no low-level mining areas I can start off. There is a pickaxe shop, which is the only useful thing I've seen in this area so far, and the dwarves. Other than that, I won't be visiting this area that much. So I made my way over to the Hosidius region, and I realized that there is actually every level of tree there, except for willow. There might be willows there, I'm not sure, but there's regular trees, there's oak trees, maple trees, yew trees, and magic trees. So this means I'll be able to make a bow for every single range level, but making the arrows without having any type of mining or smithing is going to be pretty tough. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with there. I think I'm going to start killing men to get bronze arrows, and I know random events do give me arrows, and I know killing hill giants will give me steel arrows, so I'll probably just try and get it off of monster drops. What I did here was I pickpocketed farmers, and whenever I got to level 1 HP, I would start cutting trees. And I also found that there was a knife shop just south of Hosidius. Not a knife shop, but it had a knife inside of it, so I could actually train fletching at the same time. I did this until I had 3,500 of the unfinished arrows, the arrow shafts, that's what it is, and I moved on to my next part. From pickpocketing those farmers, I ended up getting quite a bit of potato seeds, and I knew that there was allotments over here, so I started to do some farming, and for now I just did potato seeds, but it did get my farming level up pretty quickly, just raking all of the weeds, using compost on the soil, planting it all, everything. It just made it super quick getting those beginner levels up. And I'll show you how I got some of my rest of the farming levels a little bit later. So with the arrow shafts, I needed some feathers so I can get my fletching levels up a little bit faster. And there's a huge chicken pen, like it has like 9 or 10 chickens in it, and it's all multi-combat. So at a very low level, you just attack all of these all at once. You can actually AFK here if you leave auto retaliate on, and then come back and all of them will be dead and all the loot will be in one pile. Just pick it all up, bury all the bones. And what I did is when I walked towards the bank, I would cook all of the chicken, and when I was walking to the bank, I would also fletch all of those, trying to be as efficient as possible. Took a break from killing chickens and did a quick little farm run, got myself up to level 4 farming. Here's the attack, strength, fletching, and the cooking level I was left with after killing all of those chickens. I think I had around 400 cooked chicken in the bank. I feel that somewhere down the road a gold bar will be useful, and that doing the Arnov random event will actually give me one. So hopefully I can get one, and then whenever I do need it later on, I will be able to use it. And he does not give it to me, so rip. And after hours of pickpocketing farmers, I finally got myself up to 38 thieving, which means I can now go to the master farmer. And this is a cache that I was left with after I got done with that. You know no one cares about you and no one comes to your level 7 farming party. Thanks guys. I spent a good chunk of that 16k over at the Arceus rune shop, and I'm going to be using the spell Earth Strike instead of Fire Strike because it's just much more cost efficient and it will last me a lot longer than using Fire Strike. It might be a little bit slower, but it's definitely worth it, and I'll get a lot more experience out of it. I took all the runes and went over to the Shazian area where they have hill giants that I can safe spot, and it's really good for mage experience. Not only that, good for prayer experience. They drop hill giant heads, which are good for necromancy. I think each head gives around 488 prayer experience and like 80 magic experience. But the prayer experience is the crazy part about it, because that's like 30 hill giants all in one. I did end up getting one head from here, which you'll see in that clip. And I got a lot of runes that I wouldn't be able to buy in the rune shop, like nature runes, cosmic runes, and law runes, and maybe some others. So I need to get 30 crafting in order to go to Pisciclitoris and start getting favor over there. The way I got my beginner craft levels, there's two methods. I could have spun balls of wool off of sheep, or I could repair the plows. Both of them were pretty close in the same experience rates, but when I did the plows, that also got me farming experience. So I decided to do that instead of the balls of wool, because the balls of wool, I will never really use those, because there's no molds for me to use, and if there is, I can just easily make one. I don't need like 100 balls of wool. So that's what I ended up doing until 10 crafting, and I got quite a bit of farming experience from it too. So the Master Farmer is like OP for getting low level seeds and high level seeds, but they are a lot rarer, obviously. And at Hosidius, you need level 37 farming in order to start the minigame, so I'm going to be getting all of that from allotments and doing herb runs and then the allotments, of course, like I just said. And I did the Master Farmer up until level 40, but I'll be doing more of it later. Now I'm able to pickpocket from the Koran guards, and that gives probably the best GP per hour that I can get in Zeah at the moment. So this is really going to help out with these farm runs. I'm able to do a lot higher level seeds, and for now I'm doing tomatoes, and later on I grow marigolds in the center because marigolds protect tomatoes from dying, and then I'm going to be doing marintils until I can level up and do Taromin and the herb patch, and try and get that level up as fast as I can possibly get it. Alright guys, I didn't want to make episode 1 too long, so I'm going to be cutting it right now. I have a lot more progress on the account than this, but I'll start working on the rest of episode 2 later this week, and hopefully, probably out in the next couple of days. Right now, what I'm doing in the clip you see here is I'm getting Shazian favor, which it's really slow to be honest at the very start because I can't kill lizard men at 5% favor. So I did bandages all the way up to 40%. So what I'm going to want to do is stay with Shazian all the way up until I want to go to something else and make sure I get everything I want out of Shazian, because once you start getting favor in other areas, your favor in other places goes down. So I'm going to want to stay here until I get the full armor and get the amulet from the lizard men and everything like that. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like. I enjoyed making it. I'm actually really enjoying Zeah so far. Let me know what your opinions are, and if you can think of anything else that would help out with the series. Another thing I can't do is train fishing, so if you guys can think of any methods I can do to train mining or fishing, I would love to hear them. And I'd love to hear your guys' opinions about Zeah. I'll be responding in the comments as usual. So I'll catch you guys later. Thank you for watching. Bye.